Let me give you the gist of this, my friends. AOC held a webinar where she was AOC hosted a webinar, but never showed up. The intention of the webinar was to provide information to illegal immigrants on how to evade law enforcement. Why did she not show up? Well, Fox News was roasting her for announcing and promoting this webinar her office was going to do, but then not being there. AOC didn't show up because she knew there was legal exposure in this. We have been talking about this for the past couple of weeks since Trump got elected. At what point are these Democrats breaking the law, violating? This is Title 8 U.S. Code 1324. This is immigration law, and that's Section A, subsection 4, which is encouragement and inducement to reside illegally or enter illegally these United States. Yeah. At a certain point, it's kind of obvious that's what they're doing. Yeah, so when AOC sits up a meeting saying, here's how we can get you to stay here illegally and evade law enforcement, that is encouragement. But AOC doesn't show up.
Yeah, we discussed this last night because, and I was saying that, I think it was in the context of Ilhan Omar, actually, it was the conversation last night. And it's my belief or my opinion that because of the fact that it's Congress people that are doing this, right? So AOC herself, she didn't show up, but Ilhan Omar was speaking to Somali, I believe, asylum seekers or migrants or whatever you want to call them, illegals. And she was speaking to them in Somali, and she was telling them, this is how these are the rights you have, and you can avoid talking to the police, like, by doing this, and you don't have to talk to the police. And she was explaining these to them. It implies, because of her position as a congressperson, it implies authority. It implies what you can do. I'm telling you what to do, and this is what you should do. And I'm telling you this as a congressperson. Like that should matter. If an average person was saying that, then maybe it's not an inducement to break the law, right? Maybe it's just saying, look, this is something you should know. But because of the fact that it's a congressperson saying it, that implies the position of authority implies this is what you can do legally. It implies that they're telling them a true thing that is a legal way for them to avoid for them to come to the United States.
I know I'm wasting my time by asking this question, but I want to ask it anyway. Do you think AOC should be criminally charged for encouragement, inducement, or impediment to law enforcement? Give us a 1 in chat for yes and a 2 in chat for no. I know everyone's going to put 1.
I bet no. No twos.
The reason I ask this is to ask the panel here. Nate, I'll ask you. Do you think AOC or any Democrat should be criminally charged if they're impeding law enforcement or encouraging criminal immigration?
Hey, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
So that's yes?
Yes.
I say yes.
I'm biased, so.
I assume it's a yes from everybody.
Of course.
I mean, someone put 1.5. Okay. Still 1. Yeah, it's true. Well, it does round up.
The law's the law.
Well, the issue here's the issue I have.
If they had done it from the House floor, then they could probably get away with it.
Yeah, because of the speech and debate clause or whatever.
Outside of the House of Congress,
Oh.
I do see some 7. That's the wrong number. A 3. What are you guys doing? So here's the issue I see. It is illegal to do this. And if you go back to 2008, there's this video where Hillary Clinton is talking about building a border barrier. Bernie Sanders is talking about securing the border. Democrats were like, nobody's on board with illegal immigration. But over the past 10 or so years, it has become commonplace among Democrats to advocate, literally breaking the law, advocating for illegal immigration. It became normalized. Now they're all doing it. No one is saying anything about it. We cannot just accept that they've normalized this. We can't sit back and say, well, I know it's a federal crime to do this, but we shouldn't enforce against it because it would be a step too far. They stepped too far when they began breaking the law and encouraging illegal activity. If we do not, and what does this mean? Oh, they get a fine. You'll get a 30-day court supervision and a $50 fine. Don't do it again. And then if they do it again, we ramp it up and we say, look, we are going to enforce against this. I don't think AOC should go to jail for putting on a webinar, but I think she should get a fine of $100 and they should say, don't do it again, court supervision. Otherwise, it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah.
If we're the party of the law and order, we need to establish and follow through with our law and order.
Yeah, I mean, I made the point the other day that Congress. There are multiple ways to reprimand Congress people. Censure's been all but forgotten about, and it is actually. It doesn't have significant ramifications, but it does go into the record that, into the Library of Congress. This person broke the rules. They behaved poor. They behaved in an unlawful way, and we censured them for it. It's probably worth doing, in my opinion. And they don't do it anymore. Because a lot of the reason is because Congress doesn't want to seem like they're siding against Congress. The Senate is definitely, if you look at Marco Rubio is the only guy that got a super majority of votes in the Senate, and it's because he's a senator.
Do you guys remember perp walks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man, those were the days, huh?
That's bringing the shame back.
When the Democrats,
Shame is a good thing.
When the Democrats changed their opinion on illegal immigration, it all started in 1993. And the reason why is there's somebody significant within the Democrat Party that died in 1993, Cesar Chavez. He used to go down to the border and whip guys coming across the border and send them back to Mexico because of the fear of what it was going to do to the wages of American workers.
But
and what they did, the other thing that happened in 1993 was Congress passed the National Voter Registration Act, which basically forced DMVs to start allowing people to register, or actually, forced them to allow them to register to vote at the DMV. And the very first state in U.S. history, the state of Washington, allowed illegal immigrants to get driver's licenses. And it started growing from there.
thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.